Hi, I'm Joy with Kangaroo Kabinets. I'm here to introduce you to our new Tasmanian table. It is one of our more versatile tables as it can be used as either a sewing table or a cutting table. It has a large works area, 60 by 40 inches wide. It has a 24 by 12 opening that can be used in the flatbed or free arm position, raising or lowering it with a lever. It can be lowered or raised from 29 inches to 38 inches tall using the crank. And one of the added features of our Tasmanian table is it can be folded for storage. This comes in 3 boxes ready to assemble. We're ready to start the assembly of our Tasmanian table. To do this, you will need a rubber mallet, an 11/16 inch wrench, an Allen wrench, which can include 3, 4, and 5, and 6 millimeters, and locate your hardware bag that comes in the box with your table. Step 1, you're going to locate your legs. Step 2, locate your support frame. Step 3, you're going to be laying your support frame on your table. And you want to use the rubber mallet. You may want to, you don't have to, but we do suggest it, to tap it in so that the holes line up. And step 4, you're going to take your 3 bolts, nuts, and 6 washers and affix it to your support frame to your table. We do recommend starting in the middle one and then doing the 2 side ones. Bolt and your nut, and put the nut and the washer on the other side and start to screw that on. And then you're going to use your 6 millimeter Allen wrench and your wrench and just tighten these down. Step 5, we're going to affix the legs to our support frame, but I do want to point out that on our leg closest to the platform, it is going to be the leg with the 2 rods that are protruding, and you want to have a second person here help you attach the leg, because you're going to take the hexagonal rod and they're going to help guide it into that hole. And then in your hardware bag, you're going to take the 8 bolts and the 8 washers, and we do recommend that you only do the 2 outside holes on each side, because in our next step it's going to give you a little bit of wiggle room to put the cross beam in. Step 6, we are going to be attaching the cross beam, but before we do this, we need to remove the 4 set screws that are in the legs when they come to you, using your 4 millimeter Allen wrench that actually comes in your hardware pack. After you have removed your 4 set screws, you're going to use your partner to put in the crossbar, and this is where it's going to be helpful for you to have not screwed in the other 5 millimeter screws. Once you remove your set screws, you're going to take your 4 millimeter screws using your 4 millimeter Allen wrench that did come in your hardware bag and screw them in. Step 8, we're going to be attaching the handle to our table. I want to point out our grub screw, and take your 3 millimeter Allen wrench, and this isn't on the directions, but you want to loosen this so that your hole, it's not sticking through there, and you're going to line your grub screw up with the hole on the crank, slide in, and then tighten with your 3 millimeter Allen wrench. Once you have the handle assembled in the table, you are complete. Because the table weighs over 100 pounds, you will want to grab a couple of people to flip the table over. And when you do flip it, please make sure that you do not put the pressure on the legs. Do not put all the weight on it, because it can bend.
Once you've completed assembling your Tasmanian, we're going to show you how to use it. Now, if you go underneath your table, there's a pin right here that you're going to want to pull forward. And when you pull that forward, it'll lean up so that you get it in the horizontal position. When you want to come down, you've got to do the exact same thing. You've got to pull that pin forward and push down, and you probably need to push down so that it locks into place. You'll also notice on the table there are some rubber bumpers. There are 3. And we have double stacked the rubber bumpers for stability, but sometimes on some of the tables this causes it not to go down. So if you're having problems getting it down, just remove one of the bumpers so it's not double stacked, drop it down, again pulling that pin forward and pushing on the front, and it'll lock into place.